Hello and welcome to the Box Score Breakdown. I'm your host, William Harris, aka William is Bill. And if you don't know, on this podcast, we recap the games of the night, the ads, the drops, the sales, the buy lows, everything you need in your day-to-day, game-to-game NBA recaps. So make sure you subscribe to the Box Score Breakdown, a SportsEthos presentation, and we'll be here with you Mondays through Friday. Tim Woodson and I will have you covered. Today we're going to recap Wednesday's 10-game slate, October 29th, to be sure. And I can't wait to get to it. You know, every time it seems like I'm doing a show, there's double-digit games. It was 12, 11, now this is 10. But I'm excited to get into it with you guys because it was a great lineup for today. I hope you all are doing well. All right, let's get straight to it like it's nothing to it. First game, we're going to talk about the Rockets, who defeated the Toronto Raptors 139-121. And Kevin Durant, of course, the leading scorer still in his old age. No, but he is an elder statesman at this point. Scored 31 points, had 5 rebounds, and 3 blocks. 3 blocks, that's what you love to see right there. That's not expected from KD, but it's always appreciated. Great performance, 11 for 19 from the field. Classic. Jabari Smith stepping it up. You know, people have looked at him as a disappointment. I think Kevin Durant has helped him a lot in the offseason. They work together a lot. 25 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block for Jabari Smith. 50% from the field. That is a perfect game for Jabari Smith. We'd love to see it. Outscored Alperen Sengun. Alperen had 18 points, 8 boards, 9 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. An all-around perfect performance. And you see with those 3 guys right there why they won the game by 18 points. And we haven't even gotten to Amen Thompson yet, who had 18 points, 9 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals. So the Rockets lineup is looking ridiculous at this point. Josh Okogie started again. Not really fantasy relevant for 12 and under teams. Tari Eason off the bench, 14 points. Steven Adams off the bench with 12 points and 12 boards, and still in a block. So you can keep an eye out on Steven Adams if you need blocks in category leagues. Great performance by the Rockets. The Raptors have been slipping. You know, they won the first game. They've lost the last 4. But Brandon Ingram stepped it up tonight. 29 points, 2 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Great percentage from the field. But it wasn't enough because even Scotty Barnes balled out, had 31 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. So if you look at those 2 players lineup, you're like, they balled out. They definitely won, right? No, lost by 18. That's because nobody else really truly stepped up. Emmanuel Quickley, after last game being incredible, only 15 points, 7 assists, 3 boards. So you need a little more from him. Colin Murray-Bulls got to start. So if he's not on your radar, he was a 9th pick in the draft. He missed the first few games with the injury. Last game had a great performance. This game, 13 points, 2 assists. So definitely put him on your radar. We know Jakob Poeltl is injured right now. So as long as Jakob Poeltl is injured and they can get away with playing him, who is like a 6'7", 6'8" center, at center, Colin Murray-Bulls is going to get minutes. So put him on your watch list. If you can add him, add him. And RJ Barrett, who has had some outstanding offensive performances, only 10 points tonight, but he did have 2 steals. Not much off the bench for the Rockets. Let's go into the next game. The Celtics defeated the Cavs 125-105. Another blowout. Tonight was kind of the day of blowouts. But let's start with Donovan Mitchell. 15 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, 1 block. You see why they lost. Donovan Mitchell has to get in the 20s for them to have a chance. Jalen Tyson, though, the youngster for the Cavs, who hasn't gotten much of an opportunity, and he's been playing a little bit this year, but this was his first really good game. 19 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, and 3 steals. He could have gotten some extra run because of the blowout nature, but he did start. So look for Jalen Tyson to be trending up if you're looking for an up-and-coming player. hopefully he can hold on to this spot because he started along with DeAndre Hunter, who had 18, 6, and 2 assists. And normally he's behind DeAndre Hunter. So Jared Allen, 16 and 6 with 1 block. Evan Mobley, 19 and 11 with 2 blocks. All solid performances. It's just you expect Donovan to have more. Nobody scored 20, so they lost. Nothing of the note on the bench. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown went off 30 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Tremendous performance, 12 for 20 from the field. Perfect game. Peyton Pritchard with 10 points, 10 assists, and 2 steals. Tremendous. He did not shoot well, but he did everything else. Those assists are hard to come by, so that's great. And the steals. Derek White, 19, 5, and 4, and 1 assist, and 1 steal, Great performance. Nemias Queta, starting center, 10 points, 13 boards. No blocks, though, but he did have 3 steals, so that's giving you the production you can use. Keep your eye out on another young up-and-coming stud, Josh Minott, 11 points, 14 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. He is starting for the Celtics right now. He's been getting minutes, and now the last 2 games, it's looking like he's their guy that they want to play 25 to 35 minutes per game. He played 33 minutes per night, and so I think you should definitely keep an eye out on Josh Minott. They have no Jason Tatum this year, so that's not going to change. The interesting point is that they're starting him over Anthony Simons, who they could start, but Minott is a little taller at like 6'8", so that's the reason why he's not, because they're starting Peyton Pritchard and Derek White, so they don't want to start Anthony Simons as well with that lineup. So Josh Minott, keep an eye out on him. Like I said, 14 boards and 3 steals. That's crazy. Sam Hauser off the bench is going to provide that shooting. 21 points, 7 3-pointers. That's usable. And Anthony Simons, like we mentioned, 14 points, but not much else at all. So that was that game. Next, let's go with the Pistons, who defeated the Orlando Magic 135 to 116. Paolo Banchero, 24 points, 11 boards, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. That's what you want right there. I've been hearing a lot of down talk on Paolo. Paolo's going to be an all-star. There's no worries with Paolo at all. Don't worry about a thing. Franz Wagner, 22, 7 boards, 2 assists, and a block. And every night they're consistent. Their stats are right there together. They're the dynamic duo in Orlando. Now, speaking of the newcomer Desmond Bane, 12 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. And he's been playing a lot better than this. He had a bad shooting night tonight. Basically 25% from the field. You cannot have that. And 25% from 3. Things will be looking up for Desmond Bane. Every other game he's been great. So he just had an off night tonight. Wendell Carter, off night tonight. 8 points, nothing else. Jalen Suggs, 8 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block. You'll take that. He didn't shoot much, and he didn't shoot well. So just work on that. He'll be solid for you. Off the bench, not much to mention. Anthony Black, 10 points, 4 boards. Tristan Da Silva, 15 points. Goga Badassa, 10, 6, and 2. For the Pistons, let's go with Cade Cunningham. Finally had a breakout performance. He's been playing solid, but everyone's been very disappointed in Cade being a top 7 pick this year, top 6 mainly. But this night, he proved his worth and why he went top 6, top 7. 30 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks. You won't see a finer game than that. 50% from the field. And he went 1 for 7 from 3. So most of his missed shots were from 3. If he would have made 2 or 3 more of those, he would have had an even better night. So you can't nitpick because he still went 50% from the field. That's what you want to see. Cade Cunningham, perfect game. Let's go with Jalen Duren, 21 and 12 with 1 block. Nice. Ausar Thompson, 12 points, 11 boards, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Jack of all trades. Wish he would had a better shooting percentage, but you cannot complain about that. 12 and 11. And you had Tobias Harris finally had a good game, 23 points, 2 boards, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And Duncan Robinson started 15 and 5. Not much else. Ron Holland, after a first hot game, he's been on the decline since, 10 points, but he did have 3 steals. and not much else needed to be mentioned. Next game, we have the Hawks defeated the Brooklyn Nets. And before I want to get into that, though, I do want to say, if you haven't subscribed to the Box Score Breakdown. That's what you're listening to right now on Apple, iTunes, all that good stuff. In addition to on YouTube, we do have our shows on YouTube as well, as long as all the other SportsEthos productions. And go to sportsethos.com. Check us out, y'all. Let's go. Hawks defeated the Nets 117 to 112. Jalen Johnson had a really good games, back-to-back good games, 23, 7 boards, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Zachary Ricochet still struggling, 2 for 7 from the field, so not worth mentioning. Porzingis, 14.6 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals, 1 block in 25 minutes. I still get the feel that Porzingis is still coming into his own, and because we want those points around 20, 24, and he's been under 20 consistently. But I still think he's working his way back into basketball shape, conditioning, health, all that. Now, the bad news is Trae Young was injured in this game. Only played 7 minutes, and it's looking like he can be out more than a week, multiple weeks possibly. I don't remember the injury at the moment, but it was a severe one, so check into that. He only had 6 points in those 7 minutes, so he was not able to help you tonight. Let's hope his injury will come back not as bad as they think it will be. But Dyson Daniels was able to play 35 minutes. Only 7 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, and 3 steals. But you want those 3 steals, so Dyson Daniels is providing that. Onyeka Okongwu balled out off the bench, 12 points, 14 boards. No blocks, but great game. And a guy they're saying you need to look into with Trae hurt, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 18 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. Category greatness right there. And Keaton Wallace, he's the backup point guard. Will they use him? Possibly. Oh, this team also had Kobe Buffkin, and they dropped him. They traded him to the Nets. He's been waived by the Nets. I would expect them to look into bringing him back, but we will see. I don't think you can pick up Keaton Wallace in a 10-team league. Maybe 12, but I would like to see what he does if he gets to start in the next game. But he, like I said, Trae played 7 minutes. Keaton played 14 the rest of the game and only had 3 points. He did have 5 assists, though. So I think it'll be a trial by committee with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Keaton Wallace, Dyson Daniels, all those guys chipping in. For the Nets, Michael Porter Jr. went off. 32 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, and 1 block. Great performance. And Nick Claxton finally had a good game with 18 points, 11 boards, and 1 block. Cam Thomas, 19 points, 3 assists. Terrence Mann, 11 with 6 assists. Ben Saraf, not a good performance at all. In 12 minutes, he started 0 points, 2 boards, 1 assist. That's not good. I don't know if he got injured to only play 12 minutes, but that's not good. And Igor Joman, I call him Demin. It's spelled Demin. But Joman, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will say both names for now because we're still getting used to the international rookies, even though he played at BYU. But Igor had 4 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal in 16 minutes. So he did not do anything to stand out as well. They're going to have to figure out that rotation. 16 minutes and 12 minutes is not enough. So they got to play somebody 30 minutes. Terrence Mann probably should not be starting. Tyrese Martin is continuing to play well off the bench, but that would be for deeper teams, deeper leagues. Next game, we had the Bulls defeated the Kings 126 to 113. Now for the Kings, Domantas Sabonis, he missed the first game. He missed the first 2 games, and they thought it could have been more, but he came back. They're ramping him up slowly, and he finally had a good game. Yeah, this is his 3rd game, and he had 18 points, 11 boards, 6 assists, and 1 steal. All his games were solid, but now he's starting to get into form of the old Sabonis. So I think he's trending up. If he's a guy you want to buy low on, because he's not putting up top 12 numbers like he was drafted, but that's because they're working him back in. He's going to get there. Russell Westbrook started, did 12 points, 3 steals. That's rush for you. He'll get those steals. He didn't shoot too bad today. DeMar DeRozan, 19 and 5 and 5, and solid performance. You want the 20s for DeRozan, but that's fine. Zach LaVine scored all the points tonight. 30 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals. Malik Bunch with 15 points off the bench. Not much else going on. For the Chicago Bulls, Matas Buzelis, 27 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Now he's turning into the star that we all wanted to see. Great performance by Matas Buzelis. Josh Giddey, 20 points, 12 assists, 8 boards. Incredible. He did have 5 turnovers, but shot 50% from the field. So great performance for Josh Giddey. Vucevic, 13 points, 14 boards, 7 assists, 1 steal. Those 7 assists are a bonus, a huge bonus. 14 rebounds, you got to love that. Isaac Okoro is starting for this team, 9 and 4 with a steal in the block. Deeper leagues, you can use that. Kevin Huerter had 18 points, 4 boards, 4 assists off the bench. Ayo Dosunmu, points, but not much else. Same for Jalen Smith and Patrick Williams. Next game, we have the Mavericks defeated the Pacers. The Pacers are 0-4, y'all. Obviously, we know they lost their 2 best players, but it's surprising to see. But Dallas Mavericks had Anthony Davis with another injury, guys. He's going to be out a little while. Not good. He came in the game banged up and then exits with a sore leg. So he probably shouldn't have played tonight. But we will see how that goes. He only played 7 minutes as well, just like Trey. Had 4 points and 4 boards with 1 steal. And that's just the story of Anthony Davis's career. It's like great production, injury. Great production, injury. So hopefully he'll get back on schedule soon. So, in his meantime, you're going to have P.J. Washington getting more minutes. Derek Lively getting more minutes. But Derek Lively did not play tonight. So, we will see if he'll be back next game. But P.J. Washington, 9 points, 11 boards, 2 blocks. You can count on him while AD is out. Cooper Flagg, terrible game last game. This game bounced back. 15 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, and 1 block. And I really think Cooper's going to have to be more aggressive. Brandon Williams scored the most points on his team off the bench in 22 minutes. So that can't happen. Brandon Williams shot 14 times. Cooper Flagg shot 11 times. D'Angelo Russell shot 11 times. Cooper Flagg's going to have to shoot the ball more because he shot 6 for 11 from the field. So it's not like he's not shooting well. They're going to have to. And now with AD out, they're going to have to go to Cooper more. So look for his numbers to ramp up. I doubt you can buy low on him because everyone's loving Cooper Flagg and think he's the next best thing. But if there's a time to get him, it would be now. Max Christie, 10 and 4 assists. Dwight Powell, 18 points for Dwight Powell. So, yeah, expect that production to go to Derek Lively. That's surprising to me, though. But Brandon Williams, like I mentioned, 20 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, and a block off the bench. He may get some more run, guys. He played more than D'Angelo Russell, and this was a close game, like I said. D'Lo, 14 and 5 assists. The Mavs are an interesting team. For the Pacers, Siakam, 27 points, 13 boards, 2 steals. Jarris Walker stepping up in the midst of injuries because Obi Toppin is hurt as well. 20 points for Jarris, 6 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals. And remember, he was a top 10 pick for the Pacers a few years ago. He just has not been able to crack the rotation. Now is his time to shine. So Jarris Walker, if you don't have him on your team in 12 teams or less, probably 12 or 10 teams, definitely 14 team leagues, you can add Jarris Walker safely right now. Ray J. Dennis, a guy off the bench with 17 points in 30 minutes. 6 for 13 from the field. He's a guy that's been creeping up the whatever you want to call it. His name's been bubbling up. Let's put it like that. And tonight he showed out. 17, 5, and 5. And this team is experimenting. They have Mac McClung signed him to a contract. He played 13 minutes, had 7 points and 2 steals. Quentin Jackson, 18 minutes. Tony Bradley, this team is not good. And the best player on their bench is Jay Huff, and he's not getting the run that he should. So everyone was talking about Ben Shepherd as well. Only 4 points tonight, but he did have 8 rebounds. But this team is all over the place. No one else is worth mentioning. It's going to be a long season for the Pacers, guys. Next game, we have the Nuggets blew out the Pelicans, like I mentioned. Damn near 40 points, but 122 to 88. Let's start with Jokic. I know he tied or broke Russell Westbrook's triple-double record. And he had 21 points, 12 boards, 10 assists, 2 steals. Great performance. He's not put up those 40-point, 50-point games yet, but he's just doing a little bit of everything, a lot of everything, as usual. Aaron Gordon, 9-9. Cam Johnson, still nothing. Jamal Murray, 17 and 6 assists. Christian Brown, 17, 6 and 4 assists. Jonas Valanciunas off the bench with 10 points and 6 boards and 3 assists. But not much else. They played a lot of guys. They played everyone tonight. Everyone on their roster played. And it was a blowout. So what else can you say? And for the Pelicans, Zion, only 11 points, 2 assists. That is very disappointing. He shot 50% from the field in 26 minutes, so he should have done a lot more than that. They did start Jeremiah Fears. So, he has 6 assists, so you can't blame it on him. They had a point guard out there distributing, and Jeremiah Fears had 21 points, went 10 or 15 from the field, 6 assists, 2 steals. Good game by Jeremiah Fears. Great game for a rookie that's 19 years old. So the big news, as you can see, Jordan Poole did not start. In 22 minutes off the bench, 9 points and 2 assists. I would have to say this probably was a team rule type of thing to bench Jordan Poole. That's kind of surprising to me. And they started DeAndre Jordan. And, Yves Missi was off the bench as well. I don't know if those guys came in late from a party or what, but that was weird. Trey Murphy struggling again, 7 points, 7 boards. Herb Jones, 5 points, not much else. This game was not good, y'all. Yves Missi, 10 points and 2 blocks. And I mentioned Jordan Poole, 9 points and 2 assists, but yeah, they played everybody. Micah Peavy, their second-round pick. It was just a disaster for the Pelicans, and everyone is really concerned about that draft pick going to the Hawks. Woo! It's going to be a long year for the Pelicans because this normally happens when Zion and Trey and all these guys are hurt. They don't have anyone hurt right now other than, DeJounte Murray, who was hurt last year. Their roster's here, and they're not good. The Blazers beat the Jazz 136 to 134. Let's start with Jrue Holiday, the leading scorer for the Blazers. 27 points, 5 boards, 8 assists, and 2 steals. Great performance. Denny Advia, 19-9 with 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Tumani Kamara, 17, 5 assists, 2 steals. Shaedon Sharpe, 18-4. I would love to see Shaedon Sharpe get points in the 30s and 40s because I know he can do it. But he's always 6 for 14 from the field, 5 for 12 from the field. Shoot the ball, Shaedon. We want to see you scoring them a little bit more. Jeremy Grant, 18 and 2 steals off the bench. And that's all that's worth mentioning. Blake Wesley did play 20 minutes off the bench. It's a name you want to keep an eye on maybe if there's an injury, but that's far removed right now. Lauri Markkanen coming off his 51-point performance, had 32 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He's looking to be an all-star this year, guys. Another great performance. Another disappointing performance is Kyle Filipowski. 8 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, and 1 steal. We expected so much more from him. Only 16 minutes. So that's kind of weird, but he just has not stepped it up this year. And every opportunity is here for him. But the guy that is stepping up is Walker Kessler, 18-12 with 4 assists. And I really think that we're going to trade Walker Kessler to promote and embrace the Kyle Filipowski era. But I think now they're going to change their mind and just hold on to Kessler because Filipowski's not showing up the way we all thought. Keontae George, another great performance with 29 points, 8 assists, 2 boards, and 1 steal. He's truly skyrocketing this year into a great player. Yusuf Nurkic, the leading scorer off the bench with 13, 4 and 4. That's kind of weird. Nobody else pretty much did anything. Ace Bailey off the bench in 15 minutes, 8 points, 3 boards, 2 assists. Hopefully he can step it up, but nothing is happening as of yet for Ace Bailey. And like I said, this is Sports Ethos presentation. Please subscribe. Thank you for listening. We have 2 more games. Hopefully next time I do a pod, it won't be double digits amount of games. But also follow us on X, Sports Ethos Fantasy, all that. Look it up. We're here for you. We got a lot of content, especially on SportsEthos.com. The Lakers beat the Wolves 116-115 thanks to Austin Reeves and his buzzer beater. But Jake LaRavia, Austin Reeves had 28 points. He was the leading scorer and 16 assists. That's insane. 28 and 16 with 2 steals. Austin Reeves is an all-star at this point. Obviously, the season hasn't been long. Most teams have played 4 and 5 games. But in these 4 and 5 games, Austin Reeves has been tremendous. Jake LaRavia with 27 points, 8 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 10 for 11 from the field. You can't ask for a better game than that for Jake LaRavia or pretty much anybody. That's a great game. Keep an eye out on Jake LaRavia, especially while Luka's out. You can get some value. Rui has 17 and 5 with 4 assists, and Dalton Connect 15 points and 2 blocks. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards is out. Where he's out at least 7 to 10 days. But in his miss, Julius Randle 33 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Tremendous. 9 for 10 from the field, 50% from the field, 9 to 10 from the free throw line. That's 90%. Jaden McDaniels, another dominant performance, 30 points, 7 boards, 1 steal. Love to see it. Rudy, another single-digit point performance, 9 points, 6 boards, 2 blocks. That's just going to be Rudy this year, it appears, because he's doing it every game. I would love to see 15 and 15, 12 and 12, but I mean, it's been like 9 and 6, 9 and 9, 9 and 7. So, he's just getting older. DiVincenzo had 14.6 assists and a steal, and nobody else did anything too crazy for the T-Wolves. But they definitely should have won that game without LeBron and without Luka, but they lost. All right, for the last and final game, the Grizzlies defeated the Suns 114-113. John Morant, 28, 7 boards, 7 assists, and a steal. Great performance. Jaren Jackson, 18 and 6 with 4 steals and a block. How is a big man getting 4 steals? That's tremendous. Nobody else that started was really that productive. And KCP is hanging on to that starting role by a string because Cedric Coward is coming for him, and he played 9 more minutes than him. 14 points, 4 boards, and a block for Cedric Coward in 28 minutes. And KCP had 11 and 5 in 19 minutes. So just keep your eye out on Cedric Coward. If he's on your waiver wire, he's going to eventually take that spot from KCP. So just put him on your watch list. Santi Aldama, 14 and 10 with 3 steals off the bench. Nobody else really of note for the Grizz, but they did win. They're waiting on Zach Edey to get back. For the Suns, let's start with Devin Booker. 32 points and 3 assists and a steal and a block. Solid Devin Booker performance. You can expect it all the time. That's what he does. Mark Williams finally started. He's been coming off the bench, missing games, easing them in. He played 28 minutes, had 20 and 11 with 4 steals and a block. 9 for 11 from the field. You can't ask for better than that for Mark Williams. Good to see him starting. And it's smart for him to play 28 minutes as well. We want to see the rookie Kaman Malawach play, but he's getting DNPs every game. They're playing Oso Iguodala off the bench for 12 minutes. But the other starter I should mention is Royce O'Neal. That's 2 really good games back-to-back. He had 18 and 5 assists in this one. Ryan Dunn putting up All-Star Thompson-type numbers. 9.6 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. We want a little bit more production, but solid from Ryan Dunn. Grayson Allen, 14 and 4 assists. He's been killing it, but that's what he had. And Colin Gillespie with 14 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, and 2 steals and a block off the bench in 31 minutes. That's a lot of minutes for Colin Gillespie, but he performed well. So you got to give him a shout out. So that's your 10-game recap. Woo! They're trying to kill me, trying to make me lose my voice. But let's recap your top performers of the night. Alperen Sengun, almost a triple-double, 18, 8, and 9, but all the Rockets balled out. Shout out to KD. Shout out to Jabari Smith. Scotty Barnes at 31 points. Evan Mobley, 19 and 11. Jaylen Brown, 30 points. Paolo, 24, 11, and 7. Kate Cunningham probably was the player tonight. 30 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. Michael Porter Jr., 32 and 9. Zach LaVine, 30. Buzelis had a great lineup with his 27 points. Siakam, 27 and 13. Jeremiah Fears, I'll give him love for the rookie of the night, 21 and 6. Nikola Jokic with the triple-double, 21, 12, and 10. Drew Holiday, 27 and 8 assists. Lauri Markkanen, 32 points, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Austin Reeves, another great performance, 28 points, 16 assists. Julius Randle, 33 and 6 assists. John Morant, 28, 8, and 7. And you know, Mark Williams had the 20 points, 11 boards, and 4 steals. So, what a performance by the teams, the fantasy. You guys are the stars of the night. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Check out the YouTube channel, like I said. Like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. And for the box score breakdown, I am at William is Bill, and we're out of here. Peace.